What's up everyone, Sintani here, going to bring you some more Dreadnought action. And this one, like I mentioned yesterday, we're going to go through all of the different factions of the artillery cruisers, go a little bit in depth with all of them. We've already seen gameplay of the tier 2, so I'm not really going to go into that. We'll just look through the tech tree, look through the differences between the three, and show you some gameplay for Oberon and Jupiter arms really fast. So, as per the other ones, we'll just stick with the proving grounds. It's easier, a lot easier to showcase things without being putting the rest of the team in issues. So we'll go ahead and look at the Furia really fast, the Oberon artillery cruiser. My time with this one, it's a lot different than the other one that we already saw. It does have a full 360-degree firing arc because its main weapons are those little cannons you see at the top there. It's a 10-round clip, rapid fire, considerably less damage though, same range. Much faster, being as it's Oberon. It's got a mobile cloak instead of a stationary cloak, so you can cloak and move. I mean, the cloak itself is a little lower quality, but not that big a deal, honestly, in my opinion. Other than that, pretty much you see the same things. Bomb catapult, stasis missile, light auto guns. Stasis missile is basically the thing that stops you if you get hit by it. So let's go ahead and jump into it and show you guys what the Fury is all about. Yeah, my time with it's much faster rate of fire. The full firing arc is very handy. And I haven't even touched the Jupiter arms one yet, so that'll be a learning experience for us all. While we're waiting, we may as well look at the tech tree really fast. Stationary cloak, it does gain mobile cloak. It's got a disruptor pulse. It's got anti-nuke lasers, which, I mean, would be handy, but as long as you're paying attention, you're normally out of the range of a nuke. Rapid fire mode, that's new. Module adjusts to increase firing shots for a short period. Firing rate increased to 60%. Alright. Healer, a destroyer, and a destroyer. The other one hasn't locked in yet though. This is what the Fury looks like. Honestly, in my opinion, if you played any of the Mass Effect games, it looks just like a mass relay with guns. Kinda cool. When you enter siege mode, that little circular part there will glow red, showing that you're in siege mode. Kind of a cool little animation. We have turrets you see rotating are your primary weapons, so that's why you have the full firing arc. As you see, no lines whatsoever, so you can fire any possible location you want. Got that 10-round clip, much higher rate of fire. The siege mode is also much faster rate of fire. As you can see there, the siege mode is much faster. If I would have bled those targets, that would have been a great thing.
We just took the upper hand.
still going to be looking at the 7,000 range, so he's within my range now, so let's go ahead. But as you can see, it does considerably less damage, it just puts out the damage much faster.
Destroyed, Captain.
Go ahead and put siege mode up. While in siege mode, you do have a limited firing rate though, so keep that in mind. Not entirely certain how it's hitting a mountain there, but okay.
Dominating the enemy, Captain.
Thanks for the assist. Thanks, Captain.
I can see this artillery cruiser used more of, and it's got the same range, considerably less damage, so in my opinion it'd be one you'd kind of want to stick closer with your team because that leaves us better range. One you'd kind of want to stick closer to your team. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. How you can benefit from the healer, all that stuff. The thing is, you have that full firing degree, can fend off things a lot easier, close range than any of the other ones. Unless the Jupiter Arms is like this, but from ship design doesn't look like it will be. Mess those planes up. It'll fire as fast as you can click the mouse.
We're completely dominating the enemy, Captain. You heard the captain.
Hostile attack cruiser going down. Got nothing left. Flechette swarm locked to target. Flechette swarm locked to target. Flechette has positive lock. I'll heal, you fire. Understood. Swapping to
Again, it's probably still recommended if the Corvette gets too close to switch to your flags. Easier to aim.
Destroyer scrapped.
This is a mobile cloak, allows you to cloak and still move.
Thanks for the
The
assist.
siege mode is identical to all the other siege modes. It depletes your energy and stops you from moving, so
This battle is ours.
Destroyed an enemy attack cruiser.
let's see what the Amplify Weapons does. Get something close enough. There we go. Let's go ahead and amplify some weapons. Very, very fast rate of fire. Depletes your energy almost instantaneously.
Cloak engaged. Cloaking systems recharging.
I'll heal, you fire.
And if you amplify your thrusters, you'll see you move considerably faster than the other attack cruiser, which I did in my original video. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description for those who haven't seen that yet.
That's how you get the job.
Kind of like with Halo. First thing that comes to mind, instead of sniping with a sniper rifle, sniping with a battle rifle. With the same zoom now. Much faster rate of fire. Normally, fire rate, in my opinion, is king, so I do thoroughly enjoy that artillery cruiser. It's a lot of fun. Definitely makes you feel a lot more involved, being as you're usually sticking closer to your teammates and all that. Let's go ahead and switch that. Let's jump back into this, make sure we covered everything. Yeah, rapid fire mode, light flak turrets, siege mode, fleshlight missiles, stasis missile, a drain missile, drains their energy. Dive maneuver makes a return, and they get the mobile cloak. Let's go ahead and look at the primary is heavy particle cannon as compared to this one should be heavy particle cannon. That's a heavy Tesla cannon, and this one is particle turrets. So maybe it's a mixture of the two. Not certain. 7,000 range, rate of fire 13, clip size is 1. 8,000 damage per shot, as compared to, granted it's also tier 3, but it's compared to 550 damage per shot. 7,000 projectile speed. This one is 7,000, 4,500, but like I said, it's Tesla 2. This is particle 3, so of course the damage is going to be more. 7,000 range or speed, so yeah.
Get to your battle stations.
Let's find out what it's like, because I've yet to play with this one. Let's actually cancel this real fast. Something interesting with the tier 3, you get these officer briefings. Not entirely certain how you unlock more, but it's a passive boost to everything. So module cooldown minus 10%, boost weapons, so more weapon damage plus 6.5%, movement speed plus 10%, damage is 6.5%. So I've seen other ones on some of my friends' ships, so maybe they're just unique to that tier, I'm not certain, because those are the exact same ones, if I am not mistaken, that we see in my healer. Yeah, engineering, navigation, weapons, communication, so.
Spinning up a Caste.
Now let's go ahead and jump into this artillery cruiser and see what it's all about. Looks very similar to the Kula Vector ones. I think I said that right. Yeah, I did. I remembered it today. Making progress. Just looks like a giant gun with jets attached to it. Oh. Oops, sorry. Alrighty. This is veteran fleet, so we'll see tier 3 to 4. If it's a Q mix, we'll also see tier 1 and 2. Being as it's proving grounds, shouldn't see a Q mix, hopefully. As those jets just fly into the back of me. That's so nice of them. Let's go ahead and ready up, being the ship we're going to showcase. They've done some customization to theirs. There we go.
Attention all ships, eliminate incoming.
Alright, it's got stationary cloak, so and you can still move all your cloak to stationary, but it is so noticeable where you are. Whereas there, it's got light auto guns. Not entirely certain how I feel about starting with
Picking up
that.
enemy contact. Over there.
But okay, so you do have a limited. Up is not limited. So I decided it's just like with the Gula Vector.
We're winning, Captain.
Let's go ahead and get up there a little faster. Oh, so it's a one shot is one click of the button is 2 shots.
That's one less destroyer
Interesting.
to worry about.
Pretty sizable damage too.
That did it. Enemy
Yeah?
destroyer's hull is collapsing.
Nothing to be ashamed of, that's for sure.
Thanks for the assist.
Might make it a little easier to hit a Corvette.
Corvette's going down.
Only needed 1 shot anyway, so let's see what the siege mode is like. Okay, siege mode is just like any other siege
Enemy
mode.
Dreadnought destroyed.
Much slower rate of fire though.
Reloading.
Oh, that was cool. We'll have to take a look at that again.
Full power to
Go ahead
maneuvering
and
thrusters.
catch up with everybody here. Just missed it.
Full power to maneuvering thrusters.
Flechettes have positive lock. Launching flechette swarm. Autoguns fired up.
Activated.
We got him, Captain.
Enemy
Well, the auto guns
Corvette
came in handy against the Corvette, so seems like actually a really good place to do it.
Understood.
Let's test that siege mode, see what it looks like.
Overheating. Putting energy system off.
Alright, that's really cool.
System drained.
That double shot is kind of nice.
Reloading on. That's it. Enemy Dreadnought is going down.
Shield activated. I
Sit here and
engaging
cloak. Say eyes, they're probably dumb enough to realize I'm not here anymore.
System drained.
That was a blast pulse from that Corvette.
Cloaking systems recharging.
High damage in a short amount of area like we saw on that Ceres, in fact. Honestly, I think it's great for Corvettes because you're going to want to get in close to make sure that you're getting your shots are connecting anyways. I think blast pulse on Corvettes is a great thing. Get in, unload your guns, blast pulse, unload torpedoes.
One hostile
Yeah,
attack
it's
cruiser.
some sizable damage across the 2 shots.
We won this one.
So yeah, definitely seems like the middle ground, as we saw in the basic description of the factions. Hula Vector is single shot, high damage. The Jupiter Armed, which is the mid ground, is slightly a little bit of a rapid fire, I guess, being as 1 shot technically as 2. And still good damage, and then across the Oberon, very rapid fire, very fast, probably less damage overall, especially being that's tier 2 compared to tier 3, but and let's take a look at it really fast. Damage per shot is 550, so if you hit them all, 550 times 10 compared to, so that's what, 5,500 compared to 4,500. So technically the Oberon, if they all do hit, is more damage than this heavy Tesla cannon. And then that one per shot is 8,000. I wonder if that means 8,000 per each one or 8,000 overall. I would assume it's probably 8,000 overall, being the clip size itself is actually just 1. So that's probably what it's basing that off of. So that'd be crazy, 16,000 damage for 2 shots. I think that'd be a little powerful, especially for tier 3. Okay, there it goes. But yeah, that's about it, I think. And that covers everything for the tier 2. And we can take a look at the tier 3 damage numbers really fast. More health, of course. Firepower goes up. Doesn't really say damage per shot on it, so take a look at the tech tree. Bomb catapult, siege mode, rapid fire mode, they gain that. That might be kind of interesting on that thing. Turn it into a sniping machine gun. Stasis missile, light auto guns, mobile cloak, dive maneuver, stationary cloak, anti-missile, anti-nuke, disruptor pulse, stasis drain, flechette. So yeah, pretty much the same tech tree. And we'll take a look at this one really fast, see what fun things it can get. Damage, of course, goes up. Bomb catapult, rapid fire mode, siege mode, flechette, drain, disruptor. So yeah, stationary, mobile. Effectively, they gain access to all the same things, regardless of faction. It just kind of depends on your playstyle, I guess. Would you rather have 1 shot, as we see with the Tugarin from Makula Vector? Would you rather have a 10-round rapid-fire clip, as we see from Oberon with the Furia? Or do you want a 1-round clip with 2 shots? Makes no sense to say that, but as we see with the Ballista from Jupiter Arms. That is also the first artillery cruiser they get, so you gotta wait to Tech 3 to get it, whereas Akula gets it right at Tier 1, and Oberon gets it at Tier 2. So, yeah, really just depends on, honestly, my opinion, what you prefer more. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments. As always, thanks for stopping by. I'll leave a link to the game itself, as always, in the description. I'll also leave a link to my artillery cruiser video in the description, so you can take a look at the Tugarin gameplay. But that is about it for me for today. Probably next one we'll do, we'll compare the Corvettes. Probably going to be very similar theories. But yeah, I gotta get that one unlocked, so I got some work to do. So it might be a few days before I get that one up. But thanks for stopping by. Go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell next to the subscription button to get notifications every time I post another video. So, catch you guys later.